An assessment of why Pakistan has increased tension along the line of control and conducted acts like the beheading of Indian soldiers leads many military and strategic affairs experts to believe that Pakistan has a 4-point agenda. What are the 4 points? The first is to have greater support for militant groups, by some estimates 2,500 of which are now ready to get launched into India, and to launch them Pakistan needs to provide heavy covering fire on Indian posts to divert the attentions of Indian soldiers manning the line of control. The second equally important point is for Pakistan and its army to show their close allegiance to militant groups by conducting acts like the beheading of an Indian soldier to convey a message to their militant friends that they are very much part of the same team. And at the international level, with Pakistan now holding the rotatory position of the presidentship of the UN Security Council, Pakistan wants to use every possible avenue to bring the UN back into the Kashmir debate and to get international support for Pakistan's point of view on Kashmir. And most importantly, for domestic politics in Pakistan, the army, which has been at the receiving end of militant and terror attacks at home, and its inability to stand up to the Americans beyond a point, wants to divert attention of the public back onto the India-Pakistan debate. So what could India do? India's operations will probably be in 4 phases, if not more. In phase 1, Indian troops know where the weak spots are for the Pakistanis and would launch quick operations to grab or demolish weak Pakistani positions across the line of control, which are well identified by Indian troops right across the LOC. In the second phase, which would happen more or less simultaneously, is heavy volume of heavy machine gun and mortar fire on Pakistani positions, which will put immense pressure on the already weak Pakistani positions in various parts of the line of control. Beyond that, Indian troops could resort to using very specific pinpointed artillery fire on launch pads and locations used by the Pakistanis to gather militants, to launch them across the LOC and destroy those rendezvous points, launch pads, and various other positions which Pakistan traditionally uses, and they are known to the Indian formations across the LOC. And finally, Indian troops could look at the use of some special forces subunits going right across the LOC to destroy Pakistan's bridges, lines of communication, ammunition dumps, and various other logistics build-up which will hurt the Pakistan army across the LOC, since the army of Pakistan is already relatively in a weak position compared to the Indians, who have traditionally used the last several years of relative ceasefire to build up their positions across the LOC and strengthen their fortifications, whereas Pakistan has had to deplete its presence on the LOC because Pakistani troops have been pulled back and to be used for the joint operations with the Americans in the AFPAC region.